Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Wednesday's Night Watch. We apologize for being late, but we're having such terrible, difficult technical issues. I'm your host this evening, King Black Cherry. With me, I have Mr. The Real Ant-Man.
What is up, everybody? I hope you watched What If this week so you can see what the power of the real Ant-Man is. That's right.
Oh God, here we go.
That's right.
And also with me, I have Mr. E-Tep.
What's up, everybody? I hope you have a lovely week. What a great show we have tonight to talk about.
Hopefully,
hope you all tune in and answer some questions, guys. Likes, follow, and answer questions, all right?
Yes.
That's what we do around here.
All right. Since of the technical difficulties, my agenda is pretty much just gone. So we're gonna do things straight off the hip.
I'll do my gaming subscription since I know that's towards the beginning of the show.
I mean, go ahead and do that, bro. Go for it.
So this week on Epic Games Store is Saints Row the Third remastered, and then also starting tomorrow, will be Automashef. But yeah, Automashef maybe. I don't know, but it's kind of like an Overcooked kind of game. So that's what'll be on there. This week, only 2 games on Game Pass, but one of them is a game from Microsoft Game Studios, which will have Game of the Year implications, and that is Psychonauts 2. And then the other game is a remake of an old PC game, and that's Myst.
All right.
And then hopefully next week we'll have the PlayStation Plus and the Games with Golds for the next month. But as of right now, nothing.
All right. So there was a trailer. I mean, there was actually a trailer after our show last week, and there was a trailer, I believe, yesterday. I mean,
it's a small trailer, right?
I like trailers.
It was a small trailer, and I believe it broke the record for most views on an internet watched ever.
It did.
Dude, over Infinity War?
Yep.
Because Infinity War was in the top, sir. Infinity War was in the top. Endgame was the top.
That makes sense.
With 280 something views in the first 24 hours. And Spider-Man Far From Home topped it with 333 million views.
That's insane, dude. But you know what? It goes to show.
And that was 5 of them, so.
It goes to show how anticipated that movie is. So, No Way Home. It really is an extremely anticipated movie. Yes. And it has a right to be because of the rumors that you're not going to get about not 1, but 2, but 3 of the Spider-Mans from the cinematic universe.
3.
That's honestly huge because I think we're just talking about it, how they kind of span from generations. So you had Tobey Maguire from the 2000s, you had Andrew Garfield from the 2010s, and now you got Tom Holland for the 2020s. 3 different generations of Spider-Mans. And I feel like, how can you not be excited for that? Seeing them all 3 on screen.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Actually, I have the trailer right here. You guys want to watch
it? Let's do it. Let's
go.
Let's jump into it.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So, Peter, To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't.
The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ was gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really know.
Stop talking.
What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time.
The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
The problem is you trying to live two different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes.
Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Hello, Peter.
There it is, there it is, there it is. Even with this PlayStation 5 logos in the back. Thoughts, gentlemen?
I think the trailer is awesome. It doesn't really give up too much, like you get little hints, a little like Easter eggs, like you see the pumpkin bomb from Green Goblin. You see the pumpkin, so you kind of already alludes that Green Goblin's gonna be
that's
there.
what that was? I thought that was Samus in the morph ball.
It doesn't look like that. But yeah, you get a little glimpse of the pumpkin bomb, which is from Green Goblin. I think you had a little. It looks like Sandman is in there.
Yes.
Of course, you get Efrain Molina's Dr. Octopus, which is awesome. The only complaint which I've heard from people, like including our friend Andy Signor, is the fact that the spell that Doctor Strange does is really stupid because somehow that creates a whole multiverse because he screws up and creates a whole multiverse thing, which becomes a big problem. Now, some people, I've heard some rumors, somebody alluded to this, maybe it's not really Doctor Strange. Maybe it's Mephisto in disguise. And if that's because this storyline right here, it's kind of taken from the comic books a little bit. It's very similar to the comic books, which is One More Day. Whereas, so Peter gets outed out, right? Everybody knows that, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, which, like Kingpin goes out and shoots Aunt May, almost kills her. So Peter Parker makes a deal with Mephisto, saying that he wants everybody to forget his identity. And by doing that, though, it almost breaks up the marriage of him and MJ. Everybody hated that storyline, but I think they, of course, changed it up a little bit. It's not the same storyline, but it makes sense why, instead of Doctor Strange, it's actually Mephisto, and he's the one creating all this mess over there that is going on right now. And also, it will tie into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, because if Wanda's in there, she has a Darkhold, which is very also in dark magic kind of stuff, which will be, of course, Mephisto will kind of be connected to that.
Yep.
So I think that's what's going on. It's not Doctor Strange, Mephisto. And this trilogy has been known to do swerves or plot twists. Because like the first movie with the Vulture, you didn't think that was her what's her name's father. And the second one, Mysterio he was a hero, and then it turns out that he was a villain. So they're really good when it comes to plot twists. They love their plot twists. So I feel that will be a huge plot twist to the whole thing.
Question.
Yes.
Do we think this is Charlie Cox?
Yes.
Yes, it is. I'm so effing excited, dude. You don't even know, man. If that's Charlie Cox, that's so good. Please let it be Charlie Cox.
Okay,
Please let it be there. It looks just like him. The white
we
shirt, the tie.
So right there. I'm go back when you see him walk.
Yes, that looks just like him. I hope so. I really do.
And then with the slamming of with the sleeves rolled up.
I need Foggy though. Where's Foggy?
No,
Foggy
forget
ain't here.
Foggy. I just want Charlie Cox.
Everybody ain't on Foggy, man.
I'm sorry, dude. I want Charlie Cox as Daredevil, man. He is literally the best when it comes to being Daredevil.
Daredevil does not need to suit up though.
He doesn't. No.
Yeah,
just have him there.
Yes.
Who is Charlie Cox? What in the world? Have you not watched Daredevil, Netflix Daredevil?
He is Daredevil. He plays Daredevil in the Netflix TV show.
He also was in a movie called Stardust. He played the main character in Stardust, which is a great movie. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. But yes, Charlie Cox is Daredevil. Daredevil was a great series on Netflix. He played a great, Matt Murdock / Daredevil. So yes, please add that. But yes.
Right. So I'm gonna go through some things here.
Yes,
so
go ahead.
This could be Sandman and Electro here. And then I believe this scene here is where Doctor Strange and Peter are actually fighting against one another. Right in this scene here. Because they disagree about something. Now, what from the plot leaks have been saying, from what I've been hearing, even today wise, is the fact when this, hold on, turn that off. When, go back. When he pushes him, right there. Okay, so this scene, this scene here, there's fight. Actually, the villains are actually kept in a magical prison kind of a thing. And that cube that Peter is holding in his left hand is what's keeping them holding together. And then they have
Sinister Six.
The fight, yes. And they fight and whatnot, and somehow the cube breaks, which then causes the Sinister Six to break out. And then they wreak havoc and whatnot.
So my question is, what, like this if that is Doctor Strange, was he just go on vacation after the Sinister Six hit?
Well,
I mean,
actually, he goes into plot about that. He goes into the fact of we need to figure this out. So go ahead and get help while I try to get the cube back together, and so we can send these guys back to where they came from.
Gotcha.
Yes, Shauna, there seems to be a Sinister Six because in this trailer, you will actually see 5 supposedly villains in this trailer.
Of course, there will be a 6, of course. We don't know who could it be. Maybe it's Mysterio. Maybe it's
Vulture.
Vulture will make perfect sense since he was in prison. And
let's go through the villains right there. So that could be
the Lizard.
That could be Lizard, yes.
Or Venom, but I think it's a Lizard.
Let's go with Lizard. That could be Electro and Sandstorm.
Yeah, and Sandman, yeah.
There's actually Spider-Man right there on the bottom. So it could be the fact that Sandman is actually protecting Spider-Man in this particular scene, because at the end of Spider-Man 3, Thomas Hayden Church and Tobey Maguire both decided to be like, hey, yeah, let's part ways. I forgive you, and we are good. And they parted ways. So Sandman could actually be good in the movie. And then, of course, you got Green Goblin's there. And also, as well, you hear William Dafoe's iconic laugh.
Yes.
And then, of course, you have the reveal that Mr. Alfred Molina already spoiled the fact that he's already in the movie. And you see his tentacle here, and you see his de-aging of technology from Disney, or from Sony, from that matter. Be like, hey, doesn't look bad at all. Doesn't look bad.
They look great, actually.
Doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, it looks amazing, actually. No pun intended, or pun intended. But yeah, it's I don't know why though. He just seems to fit Dr. Octopus. He's like the perfect. I'm just glad they're going with these characters and not try to recast him right just yet, because I think he's definitely fits a Dr. Octopus role very well.
Yeah. So you think
Will this be the last Spider-Man sequel? I don't think so. I think what they're gonna do is now I just don't see him switching Tom Holland. What I do see them doing spin-offs. I do see Miles Morales being a spin-off of this. I feel like sooner or later, because of the multiverse, there will be a Miles Morales Spider-Man. And I think this is definitely a way of introducing him. Already, I think Sony has called this Sony Pictures Marvel movies or something like that. Or something they are dubbing this whole universe. They're already introducing Venom. They're introducing Morbius. I'm pretty sure, like I said, I could see a live action Miles Morales movies down the road. But I don't see Tom Holland this be the last Tom Holland movie, just because I feel like he's so popular amongst people. I don't see him just going away from this. So, but
I agree. To mention, because obviously we don't have slides tonight. Venom and Morbius both got pushed back.
Yeah.
So,
which is bad. I feel like they need to be released, but. I mean, like I said, I think movie studios
just take a chance, like freaking Disney did with Free Guy, because you know what? It is awesome.
Free Guy? Yeah, I heard it's really good, actually.
Free Guy is freaking amazing.
Best video game movie?
But it's not a video game movie.
Oh, it's not? Kind of. It's based on a video game, though.
It is not. It's not based on a video game. On an actual real.
No,
video game.
Based like a video game world. Not like video game.
Well, then you can say Ready Player One.
Player One, and I would say that's like the best one, actually.
Between the two, if it so Ryan Reynolds really makes Free Guy work, because if it wasn't for him, I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
So he kind of really makes the movie, and the cameos they were actually in it, but Channing Tatum, Hugh Jackman, and Chris Evans, it was literally freaking hilarious.
Okay, you're already selling me on this movie. Just seeing the Hugh Jackman and Channing Tatum and Chris Evans like in that movie.
I'm sure I'm missing some more, but those two, I know Channing Tatum is definitely one, because you see him right in the beginning just dancing his butt off, and there's a scene with him acting like, if you've ever seen This Is the End, kind of like that character.
It's funny. I was thinking of that Channing Tatum and This Is the End. That was a great cameo from him in that movie. Holy crap!
Yeah,
This Is the End. Was that the one with Danny McBride?
Yes,
Danny
that
McBride.
was a fantastic movie.
Danny McBride, Seth Rogen, James Franco, even Emma Watson showed up in there.
Yeah, come on, man. He's like,
was that Michael Cera?
Yeah,
dude, it was like Channing Tatum was Danny McBride's gimp or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's like, he loves me. You see, he loves me. What a great movie, dude. Oh my god.
All right, so I think we could say we're all excited for Spider-Man.
Yes. Very excited for Spider-Man. I just hope, though, I really do hope that's because one thing I didn't like, I like I said, Doctor Strange is really like very what's the word I'm looking for? Meticulous, very calculating. Calculating. He's not like somebody who'll make a dumb mistake like that. Like this is the same guy who pretty much knew exactly what was going to happen with the Infinity Wars, knew what Thanos was going to win. He pretty much did this whole thing in order for...
Yeah, he can go through all the different, calculations of what could happen if he does the spell and all that.
Exactly. So. It just seems like something he would not do. Yeah. And I feel like with Doctor Strange, though, he would have like he's the one who foreseen the whole how everything was going to play out in Endgame and let that happen because he knew that was the bet, like they can beat Thanos or win, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
Who's to say he's not doing this on purpose so he can get the Darkhold from Scarlet Witch?
I'm just saying he's that type of character, you know what I'm saying, who's very calculating, knows exactly what he's doing. He's one step ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't see him making this a mistake like that, unless, like I said, possibly it's Mephisto who's involved. So.
All right, so since we are shorter on time, actually, let's go into Xbox's Gamescom conference.
Alrighty.
That happened yesterday.
So their Gamescom, we'll go through their announcements real quick. Let's start from the beginning of the show. So, actually, they didn't do it in order, so I'm just going to go in.
You're welcome, Shauna. See you guys later.
I'm just going to go in the order
you,
that
John.
they have him here. So Forza Horizon 5 unveiled new gameplay, and they also showed off the cover cars, which is the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands and the Mercedes AMG 1. Age of Empires 4. They showed off a little bit of gameplay there and gave us a history lesson on the tribute. I don't even know how to say it. It's basically a catapult. Um, one of my favorite announcements of the day was that cloud gaming is coming to the Xbox Series consoles and the Xbox One consoles. And why that's big news is because you will now be able to play Xbox Series exclusive games on your Xbox One consoles via streaming. So that means you do not need to upgrade your console to play games that will not originally have played native on your console. So that's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. They talked about their new update coming September 7th. One of the kind of funny guys, Paris, who did the conference, he went to the danger zone in the in the what you call it in the announcement for it. That's like his little running gag for that. And they talked about the Top Gun stuff. They said that they couldn't talk too much about it though because obviously the movie's not out, and I guess there's spoiler territory stuff in there.
Probably.
So they couldn't talk too much, but they also showed that they're bringing a racing mode to the game, and they're also highlighting Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, and they were doing like 100 of the top areas and putting them in like more detail and stuff. They're announced a Sea of Thieves and Borderlands crossover for the next event. You can get ship parts that are themed with Borderlands, and you can get like a claptrap for the front of the boat. They announced a State of Decay 2 update that adds a new map. It's the Trumbull Valley from State of Decay 1, and that's going to be free DLC on September 1st. And let's see, Wasteland 3 announced their next expansion that's coming in October. Let me see. They showed off Dying Light 2 gameplay. Looks really good. I can't wait to play that one. Crusaders Kings 3 is coming to console later in the year. That was originally just a PC game. Humble Bundle announced 10 games coming to Game Pass. Those 10 games are Archvale, Bushiden, Chinatown Detective Agency, Dodgeball Academia, which is already out, Flynn, Son of Crimson, which comes out next month, Midnight Fight Express, Next Space Rebels, Signalis, Unpacking, and Unsighted. And then one of my favorite announcements was the Gunk from the team that made SteamWorld. They're now part of Thunderful Games. It's their first 3D game, and that's coming in December. And then the last one was they announced a new game coming in 2022 from 505 Games and Point Blank Games. It's called Stray Blade, which looks like a Metroidvania / Souls combat kind of game.
Huh. All right.
So that was their Gamescom show.
All right.
Very nice.
But
Very nice.
One game was missing from there, right, Chris?
Yeah, one game was missing from there, and I pulled a Skip Bayless yesterday, and was like, just trying to get everyone's like attention a little bit. I was like, so where's Halo? They're like, why is Halo not here? We're literally 2 months before November, and we have nothing. No release date. No strong, firm release date. Just holiday 2021.
What I'm guessing is
we do now.
We do have a release date now. Yes, we do have a release date now, which was happen at opening night live with Mr. Jeff Keighley and all the things. Can you guys see that picture or no?
I can't see a picture. I just see an empty square. But they announced they had a 20th anniversary announcement for Halo and Xbox.
Yes.
That they announced a special edition controller, a special Halo edition console, and the release date for Halo, which will be December 8th.
December 8th, and multiplayer looks cool. Everything looks cool about it, ladies and gentlemen. Everything does look cool about the Halo Infinite. But the couple things that kind of like irritate me a little bit. No co-op multiplayer. No co-op multiplayer.
Yeah, the story campaign.
Story campaign. No co-op.
They said that they're gonna try it. They will try to get it in by the season 1 or by the end of season 1.
Three. Okay, so no co-op and no Forge. At launch, which is like their map creator kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Which they said a 3 month and then 6 months out. That seems a little not possible to me to hit, because if it's 3 months, it means you're pretty much done. You're just polishing everything to make sure everything works right.
I think it is. I think at least the co-op part is. I think that
I believe, but like 6 months
for Forge, yeah. I don't know. I guess it depends on how it's running on. I think the biggest issue is the fact that they had to make it for the original Xbox One.
Yeah.
And I think if they would have, when they delayed it last year, if they said let's just drop the Xbox One support, I think we would have had the full game, no problems.
Exactly. And then now you're making all the series games backwards compatible to the older Xboxes.
Or is that forwards compatible?
I'm sorry, forwards compatible with all of the other Xboxes. Why not just focus on the series?
Yeah.
And just do it that way. But
I guess the only thing that you could say is does it stink that the co-op's not going to be in there? Yeah, but if you're buying it to play multiplayer, you don't even have to buy it technically. It's free to play.
It's free to
play.
So
you could wait to buy it the campaign part 3 months down the line when they finish it, and you can still play your multiplayer and you're fine.
And don't you find it strange that we haven't seen anything on the single player of it?
Yeah, I do think it's a little weird that they haven't showed off a little more, but I don't know. I think it's fine. I think they're just polishing it right now. The cinematic they showed for the multiplayer was awesome.
Yes, multiplayer looks great. No complaints against that. It's the fact that like you're not really showing off single player, which is troubling.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait to play the single player. To be honest with you, I'm gonna wait for it to be co-op. So.
All right. Also, what they announced, Saints Row reboot is coming, and it will be coming February 2022.
So okay, did you see the trailer for it, Chris?
Yeah.
Did you get it was weird. Like I thought it was gonna be like an online game, and then they said no, it's like 2-player co-op, but it's an actual game. Like I got vibes like this is gonna be like an online, like GTA Online, but it wasn't at all.
No, I got vibes of like a old school Saints Row.
That's what I'm hoping for, because I love old school Saints Row.
Well, you know what, guys, that was actually trending on Twitter. I saw that before, so that's good. It's good for them.
Saints Row is the shit, man. I mean, Saints Row is like
never played Saints Row actually. Crazy.
It's an arcadey GTA.
Yeah,
over the top GTA where you can sit around like with dildos about as big as bats, just swinging people around.
Yeah, go around wrecking people with big old dildos.
It's freaking hilarious. But they did lose their way with Saints Row 4.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, everyone has superpowers and things like that. Also announced Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Yeah,
which is Marvel XCOM game.
So that was we knew about that, but we never seen it at E3. There was a rumor that they were making it. It's actually better than I was hoping. Because I was thinking it was just going to be a straight up Marvel game, but like the fact that it's like a darker toned one, and it had a little bit of a cover of Metallica song in there. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Very cool cover, yeah.
Supposed to be released in March 2022, and first gameplay revealed to be on September 1st.
Supposedly, here's a tactical game.
Yeah.
Yes, XCOM is a tactical game, kind of like Mario Rabbids.
Yeah,
actually, Mario Rabbids is kind of based off of XCOM. So
yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool thing. You know, it's I mean, like I said, being a '90s kid, like reading comics, I always knew about the Midnight Suns. It's more like the dark Marvel comics, dark characters, like for instance, Punisher, Blade, Doctor Strange, Daredevil. Like, I mean, you don't see those characters there yet, like Moon Knight or Daredevil, which are, but who knows? It might be put in later on. But I do like they added in Nico. I forgot her name. It's Nico. But anyway, she's a character from the Runaways, and she's like a magician. But it's really cool about her powers is that when she does like magic spells, she has to like say the one, like she can only say the magic spell once, like the way she says it, and then after she can never do it again. So like, but she has to always change the magic spells to the way she says it. You know what I'm saying? In order to do any magic spells, she can never say the same as once. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yes, I think that'll be a cool game. Definitely look forward to. Always loved the fact they have more Marvel games out there. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully see more of that.
Yeah, of course. Let's move on. Horizon Forbidden West finally has a release date and has been officially pushed to 2022, but it will come out February 18th of 2022.
But a little apology update came out with that.
Yeah, it got 60 frames per second on Horizon Zero Dawn. There it goes.
Yes.
Zero Dawn. Oh my God. Horizon Zero Dawn now has a 60 frames per second update that is free for everyone right now. Let's go here. Extended look at Call of Duty's Vanguard campaign revealed. Didn't watch that video. Didn't get to see that, but cool for Call of Duty. That's coming out November. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga gets a gameplay trailer and a spring 2022 release date window. Why is this game? It looks good, but goodness gracious, this game has been in development for a very long time.
Do you think it has anything to do with the whole WB stuff, like them getting sold and all that?
No, because this has been at least.
This does look like the quintessential Lego game, though. I mean, it's literally like anything and everything you've ever seen in a Star Wars movie you can do in this game. Like there's space fighting, there's
pod racing.
there's pod racing, there's like literally every single like event. Like dude, even the underwater scene like from the original one, the episode 1, where like there's always a bigger fish, you know, that one. That's even in there. So
they look to have everything in here, which is cool, but goodness gracious.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah. Death Stranding Director's Cut shows off its new items, features, and missions, including a jetpack.
And a racing mode.
Yeah, and a racing mode. Death Stranding Director's Cut will be released September 24th. $10 update if you want to buy it on the PS5. Far Cry 6 gets a new story trailer. Still excited for that one. April O'Neil is a playable character in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. When is that game coming out, actually?
That's a good question, actually.
Next year. They delayed it. 2022.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
The graphics were a little intense, guys. They needed a little bit more time to work on that.
Yeah, of course. Amazon's new Amazon's New World open beta announced. Post-launch plans teased. Amazon's MMO New World will get an open beta starting September 9th to September 12th, ahead of its September 28th release date.
So you know what's going to be the downfall of that?
What?
Is that it's only going to be available on Luna.
Ugh.
I'm telling you, that's going to be or PC/Luna. Like like they should literally put that game on everything just to get the Amazon name out there, like in gaming. But I don't know. I get why people want exclusives, but sometimes it's better to just put your game on everything.
Yeah. Riders Republic public beta is out now for everyone.
I was going to say available now.
Yeah. Sifu gets a February release date for PC and consoles.
That game looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. It's like it reminds me of, remember Street Dogs Fighting?
Yes.
Back in the day? It reminds me a lot of that. February 22nd, 2022. Devolver Digital's Cult of Lamb revealed. Splitgate gets season 0 announced, and it's out now. Let's see here. Jurassic World Evolution 2 release date revealed.
What's going
November
on,
9th.
Mark? Sorry, what's going on, Mark? What's going on, Devin? Hope you guys enjoying the show. Answer questions if you like.
Outlast Trials is a survival game set during the Cold War that will only not scare you. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, I'm good. I ain't Outworld or
I'm
out.
good either. I'm not
I
gonna play
ain't
that game
outlasting
ever.
anything.
No,
Yep.
I'm good on that, and that's pretty much it, really.
All right.
Oh my god! All right, so a lot of things announced on opening night. A lot of things, but also as well as happening tonight. Well, during this week is CinemaCon. Sony showed off their trailer for Spider-Man. Also showed the entirety movie of Ghostbusters Afterlife. Gentlemen, I believe we need to get to CinemaCon next year.
Yes,
I think we should.
That would be fantastic.
So I'm glad you brought up Ghostbusters Afterlife. So it's funny though because I was looking at Popcorn Planet to see Andy Signer's reaction, and I mean he's the one who brought up the whole Doctor Strange thing. Oh, that sounds a little stupid or whatever, but I mean he liked the trailer, but dude, he couldn't stop talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife, saying how great that movie was. Not just that though, like he's not the only one because I was actually looking on Twitter to see anybody else's reaction and saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, and everybody who's seen it said it was awesome. So it makes me very excited for this movie. They say it's definitely revolve around the kids and Paul Rudd. No spoilers, but they say they really is very. Of course, some people be like it's a nostalgia piece, whatever, but it feels like the real sequel to the first Ghostbusters movie. That's the way they put it. It feels
we're forgetting about the second movie.
Was that?
So we're gonna forget about the second movie?
No, actually, I think they bring out the second movie too. It's not. They don't forget about the second movie either. So, but they say it's a true sequel to the Ghostbusters movie, and they say it's very. A lot of the stuff they're really good. They're very respectful to the source material, and it sounds great, and I'm actually very excited for it. So yeah, it's like one of those things where I feel like out of all the movies, I know I think they made I think also, but we're just talking about that for a bit. They have some other announcements, of course, but yes,
Matrix 4 is now called Resurrections.
If Ghostbusters is as good as they say it is, I'm definitely gonna go watch in the theater. So,
all right, Matrix Resurrections is the title of a Matrix 4. They showed off a sizzle reel of Uncharted as well, which everyone said it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty iconic to the game. Let's see here. What else they did? They showed off Matrix 4, some Dune things. That's pretty much it, really.
Any details of Matrix 4?
They showed off the trailer.
Okay. Do you know any? Did they say any details about the trailer? What they showed?
Not too much. Here.
They're all back though, right? I'm guessing all of them are back.
Yes.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. It starts off with what's it called? Keanu Reeves talking to a shrink who's played by Neil Patrick Harris. So that should be interesting. Let's scroll down here if I can get to it real quick. Nope. Footage isn't currently available to the public. All right, so revealed that return of both Keanu Reeves as Neo and Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity. According to Deadline, the trailer begins with Keanu Reeves, Neo talking to a therapist played by Neil Patrick Harris in a futuristic San Francisco. Much like in the first Matrix film, Neo seems to have a sense of unease around the world surrounding him. Neo is seen taking 2 blue pills a day prescribed by his doctor. Neo then encounters Carrie-Anne Moss, Trinity, in a coffee shop, though the pair don't recognize each other. That's interesting. Later on, a character that seems to be a younger version of Morpheus tells Neo that it's time to fly. while handing him a red pill. That's interesting. What the heck? Huh. Doesn't really give you any details too much. The trailer culminates in some acrobatics and martial arts that is fit the Matrix mold, along with a moment involving Neo controlling a missile through his telekinesis. Cool.
So, is it a reboot?
No, it's a continuation.
Okay.
Or maybe a soft reboot.
So, is Neo programmed? Because it seems to me like
I don't know. We don't.
I know. I'm just trying to speculate because it seems weird because he did get killed off in the last movie.
Yeah. So
sorry if anybody has seen that last movie, but he did get killed off. So does Carry On Mouse. So I'm still kind of like, what are they doing here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, but they're resurrected, Pete. Resurrection. Come on, man.
Yeah, resurrections. They're coming back from the dead.
If I had to guess, I'm thinking that the Matrix made programs of them.
I'm going to quote Benjamin. I'm going to quote Benjamin Linus. Dead is dead.
That's nice. You go quote your Lost, but we obviously, since we watched the show, we knew that dead wasn't dead.
Dead was dead because John Locke was dead.
But was he?
But was he?
Well, he's in purgatory. They're all in purgatory.
But anyway, let's go on to our review since we are cut on for time.
Let's start with our game review.
Oh yeah, totally forgot about that one. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Let's start with our game review while I'm still awake.
While you're still awake. This guy is like falling asleep at the chair.
He's grandpa.
I know, I gotta wake up early.
Falling asleep at the chair. All right.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. All right. 12 minutes. Which is a game on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and PC.
Correct.
The developer was Luis Antonio. Wait, hold on. Is this developed by one person?
Yeah.
Impressive. Did not know that ahead of time. Publisher was Annapurna Interactive. It is a top...
Who is known for their interactive games, really interactive storytelling games.
Yes, and also some movies that they did as well.
Yes, they have a movie division as well.
Yeah. So, 12 Minutes is an adventure game developed by Luis Antonio and published by Annapurna Interactive, released this past weekend. So pretty much, this is the most vantage point game I think I've ever played in my life. There are different endings, there are different situations, and there are different puzzle pieces to the game. I enjoyed my time with the game, but I got frustrated as all hell. I'm not gonna lie with you.
I 100% agree with that, Chris. As good as the game is, so the first thing is you notice that you should probably be playing it on PC.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, because the controls on the Xbox are very awkward.
I did not play on Xbox. I'll play it on PC because I knew I was going to have to point and click at things.
Yeah, so that would have been there's a lot of stuff on the Xbox where I would try to be like locking the door and then I open the door, or I'm trying to do this. Yeah, so it's or you got to like click and drag something to somebody. Yeah, so I would have definitely rather have played this on PC. Once you get the hang of it, it's not as bad. Like once you know the loop you're supposed to be going through, and then eventually you get like loop markers where you can like speed past stuff. But it is very frustrating to have to watch the same scenario unfold over and over and over again before you actually like a little light clicks off in your head. Now, does that make the when the little light goes off, does that make it a little bit better? Maybe. Because you're like,
because you figured it out, but at the same time, in instance, you're sitting there and you're like, okay, so I already know how this is going to unfold out for the first like maybe 30 seconds. So I'm like fast forwarding through everything. I'm like, okay, let me click this down here, let me click that over there, let me do this, let me do that, all before something happens. We all know what's going to happen. All before that something happens, we're like, okay. But when I do that, I'm sitting here going through the same talking points, same scenarios, same. I'm like, okay, what's going to happen here? And then we get through those 10 minutes, and you're like, all right, so what did I miss here? And you have to go rewind back all the way back to the beginning. It's frustrating, but when you get that little hint, that's like, oh yes, I got it. But now I have to fast forward to go through everything I just did.
Yeah.
To get to that one puzzle piece, so I can get to another puzzle piece and another puzzle piece, and hopefully I can actually either beat the game or get to an ending. I didn't realize there was multiple endings to this game until after I started looking things up, and I'm like, "Are you serious? There's more?"
Yeah. So I gotta say though, the twists are pretty good.
Yes.
A little weird at the end.
Yeah.
But the twists are definitely good. So the first twist you learn is she actually did shoot her father, which is crazy. You're like, oh, there's no way, like, because okay, so basically, let's give you a quick little premise. Okay, so you're coming home from work one day, your wife surprises you with some dessert, gives you a present, basically saying that she's pregnant, she's having your baby. All of a sudden, a cop knocks at your door, asks to come in. You answer the door. Okay, so let me real quick. The husband's voiced by James McAvoy. McAvoy, sorry. The wife is voiced by Daisy Ridley, and then the cop is voiced by Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
So all high profile actors, very well voice acted as well. So you answer the door. The cop comes in, basically puts you both on the ground, handcuffs you, and kills you. Like, that's it. And then your loop starts. So you're like, okay, what just happened? So then it's like he's accusing your wife of killing her dad, and you're like, okay, like that's weird. Like, why? And then you find out she actually did.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Sort of in a way, but I don't want to spoil it for everyone. Like, but definitely if it's a game that you are interested into, I guess thrillers or puzzle games or anything like that, is definitely a game to definitely try.
If you like the movie Memento, I would say that the story is definitely up your alley for like the way it's presented.
Great movie.
Yeah. I would give the game probably a 7 or a 7.5.
I agree with the 7 because if it wasn't for me personally, if it wasn't for the voice acting played by actual real actors, it would be like, I don't know, it would have been kind of dull. Because
I agree with you.
Seeing it from this top-down view all the time, you're like, okay, all right, maybe.
Yeah, the voice actors bring the game to life, really. If they didn't get good voice actors, the game wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't work at all. But definitely this game does work when it's played on PC. So yeah, if you're going to play the game, please play it on PC, because otherwise Xbox, you're probably going to have a tough time with it.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it on a PC as well. I don't, there's certain games on Xbox that have mouse and keyboard support. I wonder if this is one of them.
Maybe.
Because that would be definitely the way I would recommend it. So there's you're seeing Willem Dafoe. Oh my God, just murdered him, Pete. You missed it. And we're back in the loop.
Yep.
But yeah,
it's everything's overhead.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, the game was developed by one person, so that's kind of the reasoning. Is this is his first game? He was learning to do that in the time. I want to say he was either a writer or a film director prior to doing this. So
let me see here. What did you?
It's just crazy they got that cast though to do that.
Well, the Annapurna, the game studio, they're also a movie studio.
Yeah.
So that's probably they probably have that connection.
But it is definitely a game. Actually, Pete, you might actually like spend like maybe, I say spend an hour with this, and then see where your head's at with it, because it's actually pretty interesting to play.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll check it out.
I actually played it in front of someone who doesn't play video games at all, and they were like, "Oh wow, this is pretty interesting. This is pretty in depth."
Oh, okay. So he actually worked at Rockstar prior to going solo.
Okay.
He worked on Max Payne 3,
That sounds like
Midnight Club Los Angeles, Manhunt 2. He was also art director for The Witness and also What Remains of Edith Finch. He was additional crew on that. So yeah, he was used to work for a big time company and Rockstar, and then moved to doing independent games. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, imagine living this day. All this takes place in like 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Pete, and like once those 12 minutes are up, you restart the loop.
Midnight Club is one of my personal top 5 games. Good to know. All right, there you go.
Yep. All right.
Definitely not a racing game though.
Unfortunately, it's not a racing game at all.
All right. What are we doing next? What if?
What if in review episode? Is it 3 or 4?
This is 3.
This is 3. Lost track.
So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. As much as I enjoyed the first 2 episodes, I think this is my favorite episode. I might probably be saying that week after week after week, but I felt like this one, it was kind of cool because it was like a murder mystery.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting that at all.
And a murder mystery set in the MCU.
Yeah.
Which still has the same elements of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it is a murder mystery. It is dark.
Oh, very dark. I like, and the funny part is, I was like, oh, is it Loki at first? Because like it was kind of like a person like hiding in the shadows.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's a Loki, and then it wasn't Loki, and I was like, oh, okay, well this just got interesting.
First, before we give who it is, so yeah, I agree. It definitely. I kind of agree with you, Ann. I actually think this might be my favorite episode out of the bunch because I definitely like where it was going. It felt like something. The first 2, don't get me wrong, they're all good episodes, but the first 2 felt like character swaps. This one felt like a real like a murder mystery, but also like just real ramifications. Like seeing certain characters get killed off like that, you're like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? You know?
Yeah. I wasn't sure. Like the crazy part is I wasn't really sure the direction they were taking the episode. And then she like gives like Tony Stark, and you're like, oh, like okay, he's like getting sick or something, and then he's like dead. You're like, what? Like Tony Stark's dead? Like what?
And then like slowly you see by every character, most of the Avengers getting taken out.
The Hulk one was kind of ridiculous too.
Yeah,
Hulk was ridiculous. I was like, oh, that seems a bit extreme.
You ain't kidding, man.
He literally imploded. Yeah, he imploded. But when you watching the episode, I was thinking like, who could it be? Like at first, I thought it was Loki. I was thinking maybe it's Loki. You know what? It's funny though. The other character I thought might have been Ghost.
That's what I was thinking too. And then I was like, you know what? It's not far enough along in the story. She was too young.
For some reason, I thought it was Ghost and all that, from Ant-Man and the Wasp. But then it's funny though. I didn't think about it until the end, and then I realized it's none other than Hank Pym. And I thought it was a really cool reveal because it actually made sense. Because Hank Pym always had a thing against Shield and Nick Fury and all that.
And in this universe, Hope got killed on a mission for Shield. So
yes. And which makes perfect sense why he would do something like that, to go out there and try to, ruin the Avengers, considering his hatred for Nick Fury and Shield.
And I know she wasn't voiced by Liv Tyler, but it was nice seeing that character back.
Yeah, it's very nice, actually. I kind of like that, considering that it's funny. It's not Edward Norton, even though that was his movie. It was not Edward. It was Mark Ruffalo.
I mean, it wasn't William Hurt either, but I mean,
that was Mark Ruffalo, though, right?
Yeah, yes, that was Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's more appropriate, anyways. He's a better Bruce Banner, in my opinion.
I agree. But and then when it's Hank Pym, and then you see all the way he killed everybody, you're like, okay, that makes sense. That actually makes sense the way he killed everybody. So you're just kind of like, okay, I can see that. Now, how did it get to every single one of those characters and kill them off? That's a good question. I'm not sure. They didn't explain the travel.
He went through the quantum realm, Pete.
Yeah.
Or he could have like ants say it flew the ants, or
Literally could have just like could have been a fly on a plane, bro.
Yeah, whatever he did though, it makes sense though, and it goes to show though. Actually, Hank Pym, can you imagine him, young Hank Pym? He would have been pretty unstoppable actually as a character.
Well, all like 3 of the characters were in Nevada. Nevada, right? That's or New Mexico. 3 of the characters were in New Mexico. Tony, Thor, and Hawkeye were all in New Mexico.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Oh, Tony was in New Mexico.
Yeah, remember the scene where he's sitting in the donut?
Okay,
that's in New Mexico.
Yeah.
So the only one you have to get to is Bruce and Black Widow.
Yeah, and they were both in the same place too. They were both in Maryland.
Yeah. So that's the only character you have to get to. So but yeah, I definitely I like also the fact that Loki went to went to Earth and tried to get revenge for Thor. I actually like that storyline too. I thought it was really good, because it makes sense actually.
And then of course he takes over Earth.
Makes perfect sense, character-wise. Makes perfect sense that he would do that. So, but he was kind of the heir apparent really to Thor. So if it wasn't Thor, it was Loki who takes over really for Odin. So it makes perfect sense. Now the question is, so what happens with that invasion? I guess they put that off for later. What happened in Avengers, or that's
it's not going to happen. They're not going to continue along with that.
Oh no! I know. I was just more thinking about it, like in that universe, what would happen? I guess Thanos will have to come later on to get the Tesseract.
I do think it's funny they leave. I do think it's funny they leave the episodes on cliffhangers when you know they're never going to go back.
Yeah.
No, I know. But that's the whole point, though. Let's see, like, what happens in that universe if these things do take place.
It's those things of like, like for the audience members to be like, oh, like what could happen after that?
Yeah.
Like,
it leaves it up to interpretation.
Yeah. Leaves it open and leaves the audience members to think of an idea of what could happen after that. Everyone returned, by the way.
Was that?
Everyone returned except for Black Widow, Tony Stark, Betty Ross, Jonah Ross, and Carol Danvers. Those only characters who didn't come back from the actual actors wise.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Douglas even.
Clark Gregg, Coulson, Frank Grillo, Jeremy Renner, Mark Ruffalo, Tom Hiddleston, and Jamie Alexander.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah.
The fact they got Michael Douglas is pretty crazy, too. But I got to admit, though, I like the fact that Nick Fury was kind of the main guy, and Nick Fury actually figured it all out. I kind of love that.
I like it. I like it too because I feel like Nick Fury never really got his own spotlight, so this is kind of like his spotlight.
Yeah,
it's just cool to think that Nick Fury. Well, like I said, he never lost his cool too. Even he never lost his cool. He always kind of was one step ahead. Always kind of like figuring out what's going on, and I think that's great for the character because even like all these things was going on happening at that time, how chaotic it all was. He just still kept his cool and then figured out in the end who was behind all this. And even like in that scenario too, even though Loki took over Earth, he still was one step ahead. Like, okay, so I'm going to resurrect Steve Rogers, and I'm going to bring Captain Marvel to Earth. So he's going to start another Avengers group. So very cool. Definitely like the episode. Kind of surprising after this episode because I didn't expect this. So it goes to show what a show like What If is like. It's like stuff like maybe storylines we saw in a different aspect, and I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of these episodes.
Yes, for sure. Now to our movie that we're supposed to be reviewing, Reminiscence. That's on HBO Max and in theaters now. Not gonna lie, this is probably very boring.
I liked the world building they did. I liked how it was like a noir.
Yeah.
But I thought the story felt pretty flat.
Yeah. It was like it's one of those movies where you're like, it looks cool, it looks interesting, and it tries to play on. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry. It tries to play on a Christopher Nolan kind of a thing, because like you're taking dreams and memories and you making it into real life kind of a thing.
Yeah.
and it's like it felt. As soon as I started watching, like 30 minutes in, I was like, "This feels like freaking Inception."
Yeah, or it was like Inception and Matrixy kind of.
Yeah,
Like it definitely felt like a '90s, early 2000s like sci-fi like kind of thing.
yeah, and it felt like it wasn't. Maybe the script wasn't polished enough, and it just didn't get me going into it too much. But so Reminiscence, if I can bring it up here, the actual IMDb of it. Pete, what did you think of it?
I kind of agree with you. It kind of felt like Inception mixed with like trying to think what other movies kind of has
Like Virtuosity kind of.
Virtuosity,
like, yeah,
Inception,
like those kind of movies. You know, it's funny too because like we're watching it and like Leah's like, "What there?"
Like,
no, I'm saying like we were watching it and Leah was saying like, "Wouldn't their memories be like from a first person point of perspective?" And then like literally he kind of explains it, but it still doesn't even make any sense after he explains it.
No.
But it's funny though. Every time he says, you know, like what does he start when they're in the dream sense? He's you're going to a place, or you're going to like he's kind of almost like the same thing that DiCaprio did in Inception, almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Actually, for a second, I thought, is this a sequel to that movie? Is this some sort of tie-in to this movie, to Inception? This movie, because it felt kind of a little bit like that. Now, the visuals of this movie is pretty awesome. I like the visuals.
Yes.
The camera work is great. The visuals are awesome. I just didn't care for the storyline. I didn't. Even though I like Sarah Ferguson, it's like they had such a fixation over her that I didn't understand. I didn't get what was the fixation over her. What was like the whole thing over her? It just didn't make sense for me as Hugh Jackman's a character and all that, and everybody else involved with it. It just I don't know. It wasn't something that I was really in depth with and really care for. So
I feel like HBO's had a lot of misses this year.
But it's not HBO; it's Warner Brothers.
Well, that's what. But I mean, like the movies they put like on Max, like on day one.
I
feel like there's been a lot of misses this year.
But it's funny though. Like, is there any really great movie that came out this year that besides Quiet Place 2, besides certain other movies, of course, but there's not too many movies that really like, oh my god, it doesn't really like. I think all those movies probably come out in the later on this year. A lot of big movies are going to come out later on this year, but like the movies that released. What's that?
I enjoyed The Little Things.
That's not bad.
The Little Things was okay. I really want to see the movie with Don Cheadle and Benicio del Toro. Like I heard that movie's really good.
That's a movie I do want to see. That actually looked like a good movie. I just feel like a lot of the movies are just kind of like, they're good. They're not great.
I feel like Netflix had a lot of misses this year too.
Like I said, dude, it's I think really.
Oh my god, dude! Like Sweet Girl has an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. Really? Is that deserving, Chris?
Sweet Girl. It's not bad. 18% though? I don't think it deserves that.
How about Beckett? 48%.
I haven't watched Beckett yet. That's probably my next.
I'm telling you guys, I'm watching Pig. I'm just gonna go do it. I'm just gonna go watch Pig.
Oh, so what's crazy thing about Beckett? That's the one with
John David Washington.
It's crazy that takes place in Greece.
Really?
And I believe one of the areas he was in actually is my dad's hometown. One of the areas he was in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, actually I was there one time when I was young. So actually, John David Washington, and it actually was that. It was actually that location. So I thought it was pretty cool about that movie. Yeah, I gotta go watch that just because of that. Just but I don't know. Anyway, Reminiscence. A lot of style, no substance. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of style.
Yeah, like a Zack Snyder movie.
it kind of not necessarily like Zack Snyder, but definitely had the camera work, the look, the whatever. It just then it had no substance. Nothing that made me
more of a Westworld for me.
Yeah,
nothing later Westworld.
Yeah, nothing that made you like kind of be like. It was trying to be art, stylish. It was trying to be something like a smart movie, but just didn't really hit the landing at all. So, Yeah, it's disappointing because they have good actors in it. Hugh Jackman's great, Sarah Ferguson's great, Thandie Newton's great.
Rebecca
But
Ferguson.
what? Rebecca Ferguson. I'm sorry, Rebecca Ferguson. Great. They're all great, but
Also had I forget the actor's name, but he was the dad on Fear the Walking Dead.
yes,
He's a good actor.
He's a very good actor. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm gonna probably get it
Cliff
wrong.
Curtis.
So
Yes.
yes. Yes, he's in actually a lot of movies. Honestly, he was I believe
Top Gun.
What was that?
From which one?
Top Gun, not Top Gun. I'm sorry. True Lies. I apologize.
Was he in True Lies?
He was the villain.
Was it really him? Because I remember him in Training Day too. Remember he played one of the
yeah, I remember that.
The gang members in Training Day.
He was the villain in True Lies.
Okay, all right. Dude, he's been around then for a long, long time. Then,
yes,
but yeah, he's always a very good actor. So, but yeah, the movie, like I said, though, I don't know. It definitely deserves its 38% or whatever he got in the Rotten Tomatoes. I definitely think it deserves it. It wasn't that. It was okay at best.
Wait, as I say that, I'm looking. Was he in True Lies? No, wait, I have to look this up now. He had to have been I recognize his face.
I knew him from Fear the Walking Dead.
He's in a lot of stuff, actually. He was also in Live Free and Die Hard. He played like I believe the CIA guy or whatever. But he's a very good character actor. He always appears here and there, everywhere. And I believe he's from New Zealand, I want to say.
He's in Avatar.
Is he?
He is in Avatar. All right. Well, that's it for Reminiscence.
Oh, yes. Move
right.
along.
That's pretty much all we got right now, since we're cutting it short.
Yes.
Can we at least talk about some debuts that happened this past week?
I mean, gentlemen,
go ahead, Pete.
Wrestling debut news. Go for it.
Well, something happened on Friday. Definitely something that really blew up on Friday. I gotta say though that on Twitter, on pretty much YouTube, on
blew up everywhere, sir.
Blew up everywhere. That is 7 years in the making. The debut of CM Punk. He is back in wrestling. Great debut, by the way, because like the whole thing was so it took place in United Center, which is home of Chicago Bulls. They called the First Dance, kind of like a homage to the Last Dance, and pretty much this whole thing they based on a rumor saying that CM Punk's going to show up. So nobody said he was going to show up. They just said like they're just kind of saying, "Oh, best in the world," this and that, little things here and there, and. Started the show, he freaking showed up. I was kind of pissed that I wasn't there because I was at work and all that. I saw on Twitter and I'm like, shit, I wish I saw that live because I would have probably marked out. I thought that was awesome.
He's still marked out.
Reaction was what's that?
Said he's still marked out.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the audience went crazy. They went banana, like someone would say back in the day. And yeah, it's an awesome debut and all that. And it's great for wrestling, I think, because I feel like very rarely do you get moments like that in wrestling where like it's pretty much the mainstream is paying attention to it. A lot of times when they do wrestling, it's just kind of like, oh, wrestling fans know about it, but mainstream media does not, doesn't care. This felt like they actually really cared, and it was a pretty awesome moment. And it makes sense to me. I rather CM Punk needs to be a wrestler or be in wrestling, not do UFC stuff, not doing other stuff. He's a wrestler. It's like Michael Jordan playing baseball. He needs to play. Michael Jordan has to be playing basketball. Same with CM Punk. He has to wrestle. He has to do wrestling. So awesome debut. Also, I don't want to leave out the returning Becky Lynch and SummerSlam. She won the title, which still thought that was bullshit because she beat Bianca Belair in like a second, which is stupid. Anyway, and Brock Lesnar came back as well. Really awesome seeing him back. He has a whole new look. He looks like freaking Goro. and he has a Goro look going on or whatever. But
It's like a Viking.
yeah, But I thought
Viking Brock.
But it's pretty awesome.
Lumberjack Brock.
Pretty
Come on.
big
Oh yeah,
debut.
Lumberjack. There you go. A guy that went to UFC and actually won a title and then didn't get his ass kicked. I agree. Nice seeing him back.
Sour grapes. I'm hearing sour grapes.
Wait, but
Sour
Pete,
grapes.
see, Pete doesn't like it, or Pete doesn't like it then
Sour
when you
grapes.
talk bad about something, right?
No, I just noticed though, and it feels the other way around. You would have been like, "Oh, CM Punk's back! Oh my god! Oh."
Well, the difference would have been if CM Punk went back to the WWE, he wouldn't have talked shit about another company when in his promo.
So let me ask you something: if a company fires you on your wedding day, would you feel like try to be like, "Oh yeah, you won't have a grudge"? If a company fires you on your wedding day,
He wanted out.
He was already out. He took his ball.
He
and
was
went
already
home.
out, but it literally, instead of like doing it any other day, they're like, "Hell yeah, let's fax him his termination papers on his freaking wedding day."
He wanted out.
Doesn't matter. Or how about, let's see, what other things? Let's
Pete, you're making the situations that like he wanted out.
He didn't really want, but the thing is, though, all he wanted was time off. He wasn't asking for an out. He just wanted time off.
No,
he never really got proper time off.
Did you listen to the interviews when he was saying the fact like, if you're not going to put me at the highest pedigree, and if you're not going to give me a WrestleMania match and whatnot, then you need to let me go.
The whole
you need to fire me.
No, the whole thing started though. He was hurt. He had a what was it called?
Pete, I heard the interview this morning.
I understand that, but he also was hurt too. He was also hurt. Also, he had an injury that a doctor misdiagnosed. I think he had MRSA. He had a MRSA and all that, and they misdiagnosed it. And he said that this bump over there, they misdiagnosed it. It wasn't just. I'm not gonna say though he's disgruntled. Yeah, he was probably disgruntled in that company, but it's not like he's the first one to be disgruntled in that company. A lot of people were. I just think it's funny though, like how people like crap on.
There's a lot of people disgruntled in a lot of companies, Pete.
I understand that, but I just think it's funny though. He had mentioned a couple things on WWE, and somehow everybody goes uproar over it because
there's no some people or everyone's going to uproar. It's just that people. It just shows that he has. You're talking about me, Sour Grapes. He's the one that's in the ring on national television with Sour Grapes.
I understand that, but like if it was the other way around, would you not be happy to see CM Punk back in WWE?
Sure. If I don't if I don't have to hear him come in and here's the difference, Pete. If he comes to WWE and talks shit about Vince, it makes sense. I get it. I could see a storyline there. I could see him and Triple H fighting. It makes sense. He goes on AEW television, talk shit about WWE. What's going to come of it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
But everybody has done that. Everybody gone to another company and talked shit about another company. It's
everybody?
Just the way it is.
Everybody did?
I don't know. Booker T, who criticized CM Punk the other day, you see, he went to TNA, he did the same thing. Why did I leave the WWE? Why does that have to even be a conversation? It doesn't. It's still kind of something where, why they bring up stuff like that from another company? They've done that all the time. Hell, man. I'm pretty sure back in the day, in the Attitude Era, they had you had
different time.
It doesn't matter though. Back in the day, they used to have the skits about Gilbert. Why were they making fun of Goldberg back in the day? WWE. They made fun of Goldberg. He had nothing to do with the company at all. But for some reason, they made fun of Goldberg because they wanted shots at WCW. It's the same thing. It's just a competition, really. It's just like any other companies that do that. They throw shade on each other. It's just that's what it is. It's nothing. It's what it is. What it is. Now, I just think it's funny though because to me, like I said, I don't care. I
just think you'll never criticize anything that company does. So
no,
that's the end of the.
Let me ask you something. Do you criticize anything that W does?
Absolutely, all the time. Zombies? Get the hell out of here! I almost turned off that fucking pay-per-view. Zombies.
That was
shit out of here, dude.
That was
all the time. I criticize them.
I think the problem with me, though, with that company is the fact that I've literally watched that company for the last 20 years. And
I'll criticize, Pete? I'll criticize Nintendo.
You do now?
All the time.
I know. Do you criticize Xbox, though?
Yeah, exactly. Do you criticize Xbox?
Oh, I do criticize Xbox when they do something wrong.
When? And when is that?
No, I'm not happy that the co-op got delayed.
But okay. Here's the difference. So you're reluctantly criticizing them. You don't want to
There's
go
no
out and
reluctancy.
criticize them. It is reluctant because you won't go out and say, "Oh, God damn it, I can't believe Xbox did this." You're just being more like,
what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do, Pete? Can't cancel my Game Pass subscription when I'm playing when my backlog's 20 games deep through the subscription?
I'm not saying that, but it's different when somebody like okay.
Here's the difference, Pete. Is when you're a subscriber to something. I don't go watch a Netflix movie and say, "Oh, this movie sucked. I'm gonna cancel my Netflix subscription." No, that's the difference. It's not like I'm paying $70 for Halo and I'm getting a half-ass game. It's just included in my subscription. It's a different way to look at something.
The point I'm making is like you're reluctantly will criticize. Like for instance, Disney. You won't criticize Disney a lot, and Disney does a lot of things. Not necessarily. You don't criticize Disney that much.
Yeah, I think they should put all their movies on the Disney Plus Premier Access.
No.
Yes. Which is terrible.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why, Chris. I'm gonna tell you why. This guy down here. Wait, not you, Chris. The other way. There we go. This guy down there, right there, tries to tell me that it takes money from the theater. But guess who doesn't buy concessions when they go to the theater?
Do you buy concessions? See, have you ever?
Absolutely, I buy concessions.
We all have.
If you had a chance, though,
whoa, time out. So you mean to tell me that the times we went to the theaters and watched movies in IMAX, you didn't buy anything?
I did.
All three of us bought shit. So,
Pete bought drinks, but on a normal, Pete doesn't normally buy stuff when he goes to the theater.
Yeah, you know why? Because we're all cheap and all that.
You know where the theater makes its money, Pete? Hint: it's the concession stand. So they're making just as much money if I stay at home and watch it on Premier Access as you are.
But they still get a price off the ticket from like the theaters, man. Like
it's like they get like maybe 10% off of each ticket.
It's still something.
10 to 15%.
It's still
dude.
Something.
10%'s not even enough to pay the electric bill.
Okay. But here's your argument. The whole point is, so you're telling me screw the movie theaters, let everything be streaming and all that, because you don't want to leave your house. You don't want to go to the theater, so you want everything to be streaming on your thing.
I am one with technology. Technology is one with me.
That's the problem with that, Ant. You see, that's the problem.
Why they're doing, dude? All they're doing is doing the same thing to you in the theater. They're just streaming it in the theater. So let me just stream it at my house.
For me, dude, I guess the reason why I don't try to buy too much stuff in concession stands, you know why? Because it's way overpriced.
That's because that's where they make their money.
That's how they make the money. But I'm not. But
don't act like I don't care about the movie theater because I want it on Premier Access when you don't even buy for concessions.
Will you pay for an overpriced game?
Huh?
Will you pay for an overpriced game?
No, I won't pay for an overpriced game.
Because that's how they make their money.
No, they're making their money either way, Pete.
But why you have Game Pass? You know, all these video game companies are losing money because of Game Pass.
Oh, they're losing money because of Game Pass.
They probably are.
No, they're not.
No, they're not, Pete. First of all, Microsoft pays them to put their games on there. Second of all, it's actually a fact, and I can get you the numbers. I'm just not going to find them right now. We'll save this for next week's show. But gamers actually spend more money when they subscribe to Game Pass. They play more games, they spend more money, and your sales go up.
Spend more money because of DLC and like loot and things like that.
Exactly. If you can make money, you just have to with games on Game Pass. But you have to be smart about how you sell it.
I don't know. All I'm saying though is, like I said, we're all sometimes when we're fans of something, we won't be overly critical about something because we want to support those companies. That's kind of how we are. That's kind of how like we go about it. Now, sure, would I criticize certain companies? Sure, I will criticize certain companies when it needs to be criticized. As of right now, I got nothing to criticize AEW and all that. I think they're doing pretty damn good job. That's why I keep on watching. For WWE, I've given my support for so many years, and they don't seem to care about what I think or most wrestling fans think, for that matter.
I don't think AEW cares about what you think either, Pete.
But they do a pretty good job because I'm pretty entertained.
Yeah, of course you are.
Do you even watch a product?
I've watched it before.
One episode, right?
I've watched 2 pay-per-views.
Okay. And how can you be invested in something that you only watch? Like if you're not invested in something, if you don't watch it regularly, the shows. You can't say like, oh yeah, I like the pay-per-views because you had to be more invested on the show first. It's like watching a season finale of a TV show and not seeing the whole season. It's the same thing.
It's like watching a Super Bowl without watching the regular season.
Well, I mean, it definitely helps watching the games and all that.
Not really. I'm pretty sure I get just as much entertainment watching the Super Bowl without watching any of the games leading up to it.
So let me ask you something. Why do you still support WWE?
Why do I still support it? Because I enjoy some of the wrestlers.
Okay, like who?
Like Seth Rollins, like Roman Reigns, like Becky Lynch, like Sasha Banks, like The New Day, Matt Riddle.
Okay.
The Miz.
Johnny Drip Drip.
When he's backstage.
See? Look at that. Orville Redenbacher raising the price.
How many? I mean, it's not like. Here's the thing, though. The funny thing about all that argument is the fact that it's not like we haven't sneak like food going to the movie theaters. We all
the time. I mean, I'm not as gangster as some of the other people is. Real life things I've found in the movie theater while being an usher and cleaning movie theaters. An entire box of pizza that was snuck in. How the hell did they get the whole box of pizza?
That's
easy. I got this. Hold on. So what you do is you get your backpack. So you put it in between your back and your backpack. You put it behind there.
Oh my god!
And you walk in the movie theater just like that.
I had another one, Chris. A big size KFC bucket of chicken.
That's easy. Yeah, if it's a woman, you put it inside of her purse.
That's a big ass purse.
Exactly. She carries a large purse around just for these reasons. So you bring that large purse with you when you go see the movie, and it may seem heavy because all your shit is in there, but is your purse nonetheless, and they can't really suspect you of anything. Close the bitch up, and you walk in the movie theater with that shit, and you sitting there eating your goddamn.
That was definitely hands down though the two best things I ever found in the theater while cleaning. I'm like, what the KFC?
Dude, I don't remember cleaning that up, man. So
I do. I remember when we went with Pete's buddy. He had a what did he have? Jack Daniels in his thing. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember the Jack Daniels. Yeah, he and literally and like. Well, he was already drunk the name before the movie even began. So, yeah, that was good. That was good times.
Coke, Jack Daniels, and the gummy bears all in my baggy ass cargo shorts.
Does the Coke, Jack Daniels, and gummy bears all go in the same container, or do you eat the gummy bears while drinking?
I mean, if the gummy bears are actually soaked in Coke and Jack Daniels, and you just sitting there just popping them in.
I'm about to say the end of the bottle's gonna taste pretty good. You got all these little gummies sitting in there coming down with infused with Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
You can't get that in the movie theater, bro. You can't get Jack Daniels in the movie
and
theater.
You can't teach that.
Well, actually, you can if you go to the AMC had an open bar over there, so yeah, I guess you can do that and get the gummy bears from those concession stand if you wanted to. But that's like not a whole bottle though.
All things are possible.
Anyways, I am always supportive of the theaters. I hope the theaters still remain open and still do good. I'm not really big on the whole streaming thing, even though it's convenient for us. I still think it's bad because, like I said, though, how are these theaters going to survive like that? I mean, and that's where you have some of these delays going on right now with.
Then give me a theater tax on my movies, and I will pay it.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry, Aunt. Like that's I guess they
so whatever it would be worth that whatever the theater share is off of ticket sale. So let's say on a $30 ticket sale they get $3, then give them $3 out of my $30 I just gave you.
Why don't you just pay them $20 a month and you can see up to 3 movies a week?
There you go.
I don't have an AMC near me.
I'm pretty sure Regal's trying to do that too.
Regal's near you. I'm pretty sure of that.
Let's see.
And they have
AMC. Maybe I do have an AMC near me. I don't know. AMC near me. Oh, there's one in the little town of Bethlehem.
How far away is that?
Little town of Bethlehem.
What's a sign there, Aunt? Sign.
I saw the sign.
Okay, Ace of Base.
Directions from here. We're going. No, not from. Oh, I messed that up. My B.
Come on, my guy.
To the little 12-plex. It would take me 24 minutes.
All right, Regal.
Oh,
So,
they have a dine-in Athens. Might have to be going to Athens.
how far away is from your house, Ant?
Oh, that one's Athens. A little bit of a trip.
So you actually are you gonna go watch Shang-Chi in the theater, or are you gonna pay $30 to watch at home? That's
They
the
don't have it.
question.
They don't have that option, Pete.
Yeah, they don't have an option. Only in theaters.
Only in theaters. Okay, Ant. That's why he's a little bit mad about that. That's why he's a little bit mad. Hey, man, you gotta make money.
I have a Regal Cinema even closer.
There you go.
Where's this at?
And they have a subscription based.
Oh, I know exactly where that is. I thought that theater was closed. Maybe it's not. In Decula.
Watch should be like 4.5 miles away.
No, it is pretty close, but like, dude, honestly, I don't think it's. First of all, I didn't even think it was a Regal. Second of all, I don't think it's open. Here, let me go to like Regal.com. Put in my zip code.
Are you guys watching anything this weekend? Oh, what are we watch? Oh, we're watching Vacation Friends this weekend, aren't we?
Yeah, that movie's gonna be hilarious.
Doing very good, Joe. Thank you very much, man. How you doing?
Yeah,
Regal Hamilton Mill. There we go. Or Hamilton Creek. 7.4 miles.
We're talking shit over here, I guess, about stuff about how we're a company man or support for all companies.
Regal and Hamilton Mill.
I'm gonna go watch Free Guy again, but I'm gonna watch it in D-Box, where your seat moves along with the movie.
There's no IMAX here, man. You guys sending me to this terrible location. It's probably old as hell. Where else is there? Is there another one? Oh, I can go to the Mall of Georgia. There you go. That one has IMAX.
There you go.
How far away is that though? They're like, not too bad. Not too bad. Just finished up the last episode. What if we thought it was really good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do live in Georgia, Mark. I do. Yeah, that's actually not that far. So I could go to the Mall of Georgia.
There you go. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to watch Shang-Chi maybe next week.
I do prefer AMC theaters, but I guess I can do Regal. It seemed like they had the sound situation fixed last time we went. Yeah, it was. I could actually hear it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Not too bad. Just finished up the last episode of What If. Any thoughts? Honestly, I thought we talked about it a little earlier, but I thought that was my favorite episode so far. I thought the murder mystery thing was really cool. And not to say the other episodes were bad. I just honestly think that like I get so excited for every week that every new episode's gonna be my favorite episode. So
I do think those like when it comes to storytelling, there's so much promise in that show. So yeah, it's very good. Actually, we were talking about it the other day. I would love to see a What If Star Wars series.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
That'd be pretty cool too.
Which I think will tie into the Star Wars Visions thing.
That would be, yeah. Oh, I can't wait for Visions. Less than a month away. Actually, a month from today, it'll be available.
Yeah, less than a month from today because it'll be the 22nd.
Yeah. So. 4 weeks.
That is all I have for this evening. Do you guys have anything else?
No. Actually, I got to get going anyways because I got to get the little one to bed. So.
All right. Well, that is all we have for this evening. Sorry, this show was shorter than usual. Technical difficulties. Yeah.
See, there you go. Star Wars. What if? Like I said, though, I think that will be an excellent idea.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you very much, Mark. We always try to entertain. We always have a pretty good content. So
and be here next week at 7. We'll talk about the new What If. We'll be reviewing Vacation Friends.
Yep.
And maybe we'll be reviewing another game. Chris, anything on the? I'm been playing Psychonauts too. I'm not gonna lie to you the whole time. So
I don't know what I'm playing.
Okay, but yeah, I'll
Alright,
talk about
Rocky.
Psychonauts 2 next week.
All right.
All right.
Catch you guys later.
Alrighty, have a good night, guys.